Hello and welcome. Today is a reading for Capricorn for December, the closing part of December 2022. I have shuffled the cards, but I will shuffle them again for you. I'm an intuitive reader. I read in real time. I don't edit the video, so there may be some little bumps in the road. We'll see how we go. I'll just give them a quick shuffle for you. Coming up very close to the end of December. Going to be wrapping the last of my Christmas presents tonight. I hope you're getting well organised too, Capricorn. Okay, I use a 10 card spread, so 5 cards along the top row, 5 cards along the bottom row. I talk about those cards as they come out, and then I overlay those with a second deck, and I talk about those cards as well, and then towards the end of the reading I pull the whole reading together, and if I need to clarify any sections of the reading, then I use a third deck. Okay, let me just cut that. Here we go. Along the top row we've got 6 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups upright, Queen of Swords upright, the Sun in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, and on the bottom row we've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, the Star in reverse, Judgment upright, Temperance upright, and the World. Wow, beautiful. Okay, I'll show you what's on the bottom of the deck, and then I'll have a look. Oh, we've got the Heartbreak card. Okay, I'll pop him over here just for the time being. He's in the upright position. Okay, so the 6 of Pentacles is having sufficient money that you can share a little bit of money, that you can make a donation, that you can balance your budget well. You can balance what's coming in with what's going out, and perhaps have a little bit over. 4 of Cups, not feeling happy with what's in front of you, dreaming or wishing for something better. Queen of Swords, someone who knows the truth, speaks the truth, who has integrity, honesty, who's upright, and somebody who can make wise decisions with that sword. If you cross this woman, she will cut you. Now the cards are gender neutral, so when I say man or woman or he or she or they, it's the energy from the card, it's not a literal gender that I'm talking about. Okay, so the Sun, this is about success and happy times. The card speaks for itself. It's a beautiful energy. It can also refer to the birth of a child. It's in reverse. But the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune speaks of better times coming. The wheel inevitably turns for everyone. Some years are better than others, but looks like in this case, Capricorn, you're heading into better times. We've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So perhaps here at the top, when you were balancing your books, or balancing how much funds you had or how much value you placed on things, it hasn't quite worked out the way you thought. Perhaps you have slightly less than you originally anticipated. The Star card, this is a card of success, a bit of cosmic or divine intervention, a little bit of luck. So that's there in reverse. So perhaps you're feeling like you've got bad luck. Judgment is in the middle, so this is the energy right in the middle. The Judgment is a call. It can be a wake-up call. It can be a call from the divine. It can be a sudden sort of clarity or insight into something. It can also be questioning, asking you to question what you've done to create the situation that you're in now. We've got Temperance, which is about healing and balance, gentleness and kindness. And then at the very end you have the World. And this is a beautiful card. This is pulling all the energies of the cosmos together. It's got the laurel wreath there. It's a sign of victory. It can also be a birth. The birth of a child. But it usually says you've completed a cycle. Now on top, the fact that it's on top of the Wheel of Fortune, I'd say you're coming very much to the close of a cycle of your life. The Three of Swords, that's fairly plain. It looks like something's been quite painful for you. I'll leave that there. We'll talk about that later. Okay, I'll overlay these now with another deck of cards. I have shuffled these as well. The flowers from on the table are from my garden. I particularly wanted to bring these in to you. They're so delicate and so fine. I'll hold them up for you. They're a little bit special. Some little tiny little trumpets. They're like the Judgment. A beautiful little trumpet flower. I thought they were so cute. Okay. So, can we clarify these cards for Capricorn, please, for the close of December 2022? Closing December 2022. Okay, we've got the recent past, the present, and the near future. Okay, for the Six of Pentacles, we have the Prince of Swords in reverse. So this can be fast incoming messages. It can be a legal action. It can be somebody who just rushes around with their sword, and that can mean their tongue or their letters or their words or their thoughts, who's a bit careless, a bit reckless perhaps. Not taking enough care, being... it's a very... it's quite a positive card in the sense that it's high intelligence, but it's moving very, very fast. So... I'm not quite sure how that applies. The Four of Cups, please. Okay, the Fool in reverse. The Fool is the start of a new journey. Carefree, happy, completely free of any baggage that he's left behind. You can see that he's hardly carrying anything. He's leaving everything behind. He's starting completely afresh, has his head in the air, he's full of confidence. This is in reverse. So perhaps your confidence is a little bit damaged. Let's have a look. Perhaps you're not feeling very confident or very carefree. We'll have a look. You are starting a new journey. Perhaps you've still got some baggage you need to leave behind, or something you need to deal with. Perhaps there's some emotional baggage that you need to address. Perhaps there's some financial mess that you need to address. Not necessarily a mess, but some financial matters that you need to address, or there could be some legal matters that you need to address. You've got the Queen of Swords here, so she's right in the middle, so she can mean legal business as well, or the letter of the law. It's also quite a transformative card. She has butterflies on her crown. Okay. So that means very clear thinking, using her intuition, using her inner guidance, being very clear in what she knows and what she wants, and who she is, also who she is, being very sure of herself. Okay, you've got the Prince of Pentacles. This is quite a slow-moving energy, slow and steady. This could be values. It can also be things to do with your home, your security, your values, your money, your investments. Slow moving, but coming steadily towards you. We look at the Sun, please. And the sun can also mean harvesting what you've sown. Can you see you've got the sunflowers there? It's kind of having sown the seeds, they're ready for harvest. So it can also mean that. It's in the reverse. It can also warn about sunburn, exposure to extreme heat. I'm just looking at how pink the little child is, so it could also be a little bit of a warning against sunburn or heat or fire. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. It's a beautiful card. New opportunity, new money coming in. Beautiful energy. Next to the sun. Now the sun is never a negative card, even though in the reverse it's not a negative card. It doesn't have negative connotations. Perhaps you're not celebrating the success that you have got, but it looks to me like there will be something to celebrate here. Can we have a look at the Wheel of Fortune, please? Wheel of Fortune. And again, this card, they both have, both on top of one another. As you can see, they both have the 4 elements in the corners, okay? So everything you need is there at your disposal. You need to be able to draw down the energy of what it is you're looking for, but definitely looks like you're having, I'd say, success here. Perhaps you're not grateful enough for your success, but it does look like some sort of success here. And definitely something is changing. As I said, this can be a birth and this can be a birth. So it potentially can be the birth of a child as well. Let's clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, Eight of Wands. Messages coming in quickly, but it's in reverse. Creative energy. Can we clarify the Ten of Pentacles, please, for Capricorn? Okay, the Chariot, again in reverse. Leaving something behind. That's interesting, because both of these, perhaps you're moving home or thinking about moving home, because this one's about happy families, having sufficient funds for your family and your home and everything to do with your home, and this one is leaving home. You've got the castles behind him, so you may be leaving home, maybe moving house. Okay. Clarify the star, please. The Magician in reverse. Got a lot of reverse cards. Magician, anything is possible. You have the lemniscate there. You have all the implements that you need. You've got your sword, your pentacles, your cup, and your wands. It's probably a taking action card. That's how I feel about it today, taking action. It's in reverse. Quite a lot in reverse today. But this bottom row, you've got some major arcana. You've got the Star, Judgment, Temperance, and the World. Wheel of Fortune and the Sun. There's some pretty potent energy on the table here, so it looks like something fairly big is going down for you, Capricorn, or coming your way. It does actually look like something quite big is some actual big changes are happening. They're quite important cards, and also they're very powerful cards. I mean, the Sun is a very powerful card. The World is very powerful. The Wheel of Fortune is very powerful. Judgment as well. And you've got the Temperance and the Star. They're really, really strong cards. Really strong cards. Okay, Prince of Wands. Okay, a very fast incoming creative energy. Okay, highly creative, highly fertile, rushing in. Will clarify Temperance, please? Temperance is finding some sort of healing and balance. Queen of Wands. Okay, she's in reverse as well. The Queen of Wands, highly creative again, highly fertile, highly abundant. Next to the Prince of Wands, except he has his back to her, can be very fertile energy. Can also mean gathering strength and success in your creative projects, in which case it's expanding, going from the Prince to the Queen. You do have the Success card here and the World. So it does look like something that you have been through is quite powerful. The World, Eight of Swords. Unusual, I didn't expect that card in reverse. So that's usually being trapped in your mind. So, you know, fears and worries. I'll have a look what was on the bottom of the deck. Okay, Seven of Cups in reverse. For me, this card, whenever I see that card, is be careful what you wish for. Because with everything that you wish for, you're never completely alerted to all the consequences of the wish being fulfilled. It's like buying a new car. Immediately you've got to worry about somebody scratching your car. You have to get insurance for your car. You have to worry about somebody putting a dent in it. It's lovely to have. It smells beautiful. All of those nice things associated with a new car. But then all of a sudden, you've got all these little worries that go on with a car. Whereas with an ordinary old car that you've had for a long time, you don't think about it. You just hop in and you drive it and you're casual. But when you've got a new car, you're very cautious. So there, it's kind of like wishing for a new car, and then all of a sudden you have to worry. You're worrying about people stealing it or damaging it. So they're all the consequences of having a wish come true. It's just that you're not always aware of all the consequences of a wish coming through. So that's in reverse. So I should put that down. That came out like that. Okay, it's a little bit of an unusual reading. I have to say, though, with all the major arcana on the table, I do think you're in for a lot of change. You've got fast-moving energy here with the Prince of Swords, but it's in reverse. This weighing out the money, weighing out your values, it looks like you've had some sort of a downturn in your financial situation. That could be, or maybe it's just that something has made you, even this one has houses in the background. You see the little house in the background? Even this one is giving me the sense of perhaps you moving house. I'm very much getting that feeling with both of those two cards. Or having recently moved house. I'm just getting that feeling. Here you look like you're a little bit unhappy with the choices you've had to make. Got your head down, a little bit down in the dumps, perhaps. I'm not sure why. Perhaps you're a little bit nervous about the commencement of a new journey. It's always a little bit difficult to start fresh, but there's always, if you treat it as an adventure rather than something that's been forced on you, it actually always turns into quite a lot of fun. There's always something new to discover wherever you go, wherever you move. Perhaps all these changes have somehow been something beyond your control. Perhaps it's something that the cosmos has kind of forced on you somehow or another. But you've got the little bit of magic here, even though it's in reverse. I'm not feeling that that's a bad situation. Certainly the star in reverse is not a bad card. Perhaps you're not being grateful enough for the things you have. I think I mentioned the word gratitude before over here. This is the one thing I am thinking. You do need to be grateful for what you do have, okay? Even though sometimes you feel down in the dumps and it's hard to be grateful for things, you need to find something to be grateful for. Be grateful for a hot cup of tea in the morning, or a hot shower, or a bed to sleep on. Not everyone has those things. Okay, we've got here the Queen of Swords. I'd say this is a decision you've had to make. A decision you've had to make that's going to change things. And I've got a feeling, again, I'm having the feeling that the change is sort of somehow being forced on you. I'm not quite sure why. This is just a feeling I'm getting today. It's got a sort of a pushing energy this way. And that to me feels like perhaps you've been pushed a little bit. You've got Judgment. When Judgment comes along, it's just calling for change. There is nothing you can do about it, okay? Judgment is making a declaration. Here we go. The sounding of the trumpet. Things are going to change. Wake up, off we go. Here is this fire energy from the Prince of Wands. Ace of Pentacles, so it's a new opportunity coming your way. Okay. There's the Sun. This is the Sun being grateful for things, even though it's in reverse. Showing you gratitude, looking at the success you have got, and being grateful for it. And you've got the Ace of Wands in the upright position. It's a very powerful card. Aces are always good. And you've got Temperance, and this is a beautiful energy. Queen of Wands, highly fertile, highly creative. There's always the possibility of a pregnancy with two highly fertile, a male and a female card on the table. So pregnancy is possible. Yes, I'm definitely feeling that. So be careful. If you don't want children, be careful. Be careful. I think somehow the situation that you're going through is actually going to heal some problems that have been going on in the background. I'm not quite sure how this applies, but I'm getting the sense of there's a sense of healing about this cards. You've got angels. You've got angels and cosmic energy. 1, 2, 3. Look in a row. You know, this is divine intervention. That's rather beautiful. These three cards there, even though that's in reverse. Somehow or another you've got some sort of cosmic assistance here. Even though these cards on the outside, there's some sort of heartbreak here. I'm not quite sure what that relates to. And perhaps your wish didn't come true, or like I said, be careful what you wish for. But you do have here a birth or a completion. And you do have the Wheel of Fortune above. Okay, so definitely things are changing very much. There's a cycle coming to a close. If it's a birth, it may be a cesarean. Surgical implements involved. That's possible. Don't want to scare you, but I thought I may as well mention it. Okay, I might just clarify some of these cards. I won't bother clarifying these at the back because we're already moving on, and I'm definitely getting this push, and I do feel you've got some sort of cosmic and divine intervention here, which is rather nice. I might clarify this Queen of Wands and Temperance, the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles. So they all sort of, the bottom row tends to support what's going on in the top row. But it's interesting, on the bottom row you have the most powerful energy. So I might clarify the Ace of Pentacles, the Sun, Temperance and Queen of Wands, please. Five of Swords. So Five of Swords is some sort of a, it can be, you know, in other decks it can look like slander or gossip or nasty words. In this case, and the reason I mentioned, because I was talking about fertility and possibility of a birth, and I did say perhaps a caesarean or some medical intervention with a birth is the other thing I'm getting here. But that's only if it relates to a birth. As I said, I can't see what else that has to do with this, because none of this makes sense. It only makes sense if it's with a birth. I might clarify again. I might just clarify the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles, see if anything else comes out of it. It's a bit of an unusual reading. I'm sorry I can't make much sense out of this one, but we'll try. We'll clarify the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles, please. Okay, Two of Pentacles. So juggling, and the first thing I saw was the sort of S around it, and the first word I got was success, which is interesting because it's a juggling. You've got the Pentacle, you've got the Sun. And it's with the baby and the child, so I'm still thinking twins. Possibly twins, if it's about the birth of a child. You know, and the birth of a child is quite a magical event, so even with the Magician here, it's particularly magical for people who have had trouble conceiving. Possibly twins. I'm going to leave it at that. I can't make much more out of this. But if it's twins and you are due to have a baby, then perhaps there's going to be some surgical intervention. If it's twins, it's probably more than likely. How many flowers are on that card? Oh, 3. A multiple birth, a multiple pregnancy. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I'm leaving it there, Capricorn. I can't do any better than that, I'm sorry. If you're in the situation here with having twins, it does look like you've received some actual divine intervention, in which case, wow, that is beautiful. There's nothing nicer than that. Very precious babies then coming to you. Take good care, Capricorn. I'll see you again. Bye.